I just finished my first ever Carmilla retelling, if you don't count the YouTube series that everyone watched like in 2016, I don't know. It's Hungerstone by Kat Dunn. It comes out in February. I read the original Carmilla a really long time ago. It's very short and it's about this mystery woman who turns up at this manor and she like infects this like man's wife with her vampire-y ways. And it's people have like claimed it as a sapphic story, but I believe in the beginning it was not framed as a sapphic story or like a love story per se. It was framed as a these women are infecting our wives kind of way. It really like sits in the vampire is other category of vampirism, weird sexually perverse things, you know. So Hungerstone, it's set in like around the time of the Industrial Revolution, so it's like steelwork and stuff like that. It's about this woman who her and her husband are going to this country manor. He works in steel and they are like, she's doing up the house as their like introduction to this society outside of London. They come across classically Carmilla, whose horse and carriage has like crashed and she's been injured, oh no, and they have to take her to their house. My favorite thing about this book is the appetite, the insatiable hunger that like runs throughout the book. I loved it so much. This book sits on horror, but it's not really deeply like horrifying. I do think I find myself like horrified, but not in like the sense of like a slasher film horrified, you know? My main sticking point with this book was the flashbacks that were happening. So we have Lenore's main story and every so often, not much, but every so often we get a flashback to her childhood and I just didn't care. I understand that it's like context to what's going on and things like that, but I don't actually know if it was needed. I like flashbacks where we have our main story that's happening and we have a flashback story that's also happening in parallel. I like those flashbacks. I do not like the main story happening and all of a sudden we just get more context in a bubble, you know? So that was my main sticking point with this book. If every time we switched to the ants, like stuff that's happening with the ant, I just kind of wanted to put the book down. But the book makes up for that in like the scandal of it, because the book takes along a very prim and proper way. We have these like events that happen that are just so outside of that, and it's good. It's so good. I also think this would be an excellent book to annotate. I had the ebook of it and I just feel like the themes and stuff is going to be so interesting to like annotate and scribble all around, and ooh, maybe this can be my friend book swap book. Do I want us to annotate sex scenes together? Probably not. Well, anyway, that's the review. And God, I hated Henry.